Hello aspirants, welcome to IAS Icons by Unacademy. This is me Shubham Sardhalia. You must have seen the thumbnail of the video, you must have seen the title also. So, from past few days we have seen a surge in COVID cases. Even country like China few days back had imposed another lockdown. So, that made situation really scary that are we heading towards another wave of COVID-19? So we'll talk in detail about the new variant that has been seen in various countries and has been reported from India also. We'll talk about it. If you're preparing for UPSC, make your preparation the best with largest learning platform of the country, that is Unacademy. We at Unacademy offer you widest choice of educators. You get flexibility to change your course. You can watch our lectures unlimited times. You get dedicated doubt solving sessions. So all these things together help you qualify this examination. You can start your preparation under the guidance of the top educators of the country whom you see on your screen. My name is Shubham Sardhalia. I'm your educator and mentor in this UPSC preparation. You can enroll with us for various test series. This you can opt for mains test series for JS. You can opt for optional test series. Use the code IAS Icons. Our fresh batches are starting very soon. Be the part of our bilingual batches using the code IAS Icons. We are giving you September extension offer. If you enroll by today evening, you can get up to 3 months of free subscription for all our iconic and plus courses. We are starting a special 9 month plus JS subscription for the prelims of 2023. So the prelims exam for the year 2023 is just 9 months ahead. So for the next 9 months, you can prepare for that upcoming exam. You can go through a holistic preparation for pre mains. Everything will be given to you. You can aim for the upcoming examination with the help of Unacademy. You need to enroll with us. You can get this course only at rupees 45,000 if you enroll before 24th October using this code IAS Icons. Just like for prelims, CSET is also very important. So for CSET course, we are giving you CSET course at rupees 8,999. Again, it is valid for 24th October only if you use this code IAS Icon. So you can prepare with us for the upcoming prelims, CSET, everything. We are bringing back for you the Unacademy Civil Service Championship. You can enroll with us in our various courses using the no cost EMI option. You can enroll with us by paying an amount as small as 4,364 per month and start your preparation for the biggest examination of the country, that is UPSC. Unacademy Combat is being held on October 22nd. It will be a gamified contest where you will be asked questions from your UPSC syllabus, and if you are able to answer those questions well, if you are able to secure a good rank, you can get a chance to win exciting prizes like laptops and scholarships. We are giving you the optional carnival where you can study for various UPSC optionals under the guidance of best faculties of the country. For all those who will be appearing in the 2020-22 UPSC interview, they can enroll with us in our interview guidance program also. So coming on to our topic of discussion, sir, Omicron BF.7, a variant, a name given to a new variant that has been seen recently. Is there are chances that it may trigger a new COVID wave during Diwali. So India is all set for its festive season. The festive season is already on in India. You can see around yourself, people are going out to the markets. The markets are well lit because Diwali is just a few days ahead. During these times, this is the time of the year when majority of people go out to celebrate the festivities. The markets are brightly lit, and ultimately this becomes one of the most exciting parts of the year in India. But certain news that came up a day ago had made this situation really scary. We saw various COVID waves. If you remember, we saw a COVID wave in 2020 when India saw the first lockdown, and then the devastating second wave of 2021. How can we forget that? So many lives lost, and followed by that, there were certain waves. Are we expecting another wave, especially when the times when COVID has almost gone from our minds? If you see on regular basis, you are not following those precautions now. You are going to the markets, you are doing all your regular routine work. COVID is something for many people, it has become the thing of past, but this reminds us that no sir, situation is not normal yet. We can see, we there is a possibility that we could see another wave coming up, especially in the times when we are engrossed in the festivities. So COVID has been surprising us with every new variant. There are certain variants we saw, different variants where we saw variants like Omicron. After every few months there is a new variant coming. Omicron was one such variant that changed the course of pandemic. So the Omicron variant, we started seeing mild symptoms, and eventually it was changing its shape. Another one or the other way, the new variants were coming. Fresh COVID cases were on decline, but another deadly variant of Omicron has been seen and can be a threat to the nation. The newest cousins of this Omicron variant are BA.517 and BF.7. These are said to be the reason which may trigger another COVID wave in India during Diwali because of its transmissibility. It can travel from person to person in a very short span of time. So there is chance that it may spread out like wildfire and may trigger a new COVID wave. What is this Omicron BF7? It is the latest subvariant of Omicron. It was first detected in parts of China's inner Mongolia region, and there was a recent surge in cases of COVID was seen in China, and for the very same reason China had to order a lockdown. So a days ago it was seen that China had ordered another series of lockdown in order to contain this recent surge. So will that be the similar situation in India also? That becomes the question. It is spreading extremely fast and it has been detected in countries like UK, US, Australia, Belgium, etc. So we are seeing these cases of Omicron, particularly this variant in various countries also. It is known as what, Omicron span. New Omicron BF7, which is triggering another waves in different countries, it is called as Omicron span. It has been reported from India also. That is what scares us. Gujarat Biotechnology Research Center has detected it, and they have confirmed that the recent sample that was collected from a COVID patient was found to be of this Omicron spawn or Omicron BF7. And this, if goes by the same transmissibility, can lead to another wave coming up. Now, this takes us to an important question. What are the variants of COVID? If you know about it, um, even if you're not aware of what these variants are, you must have heard of it, that after every short span of time COVID comes up with a new variant. So what happens is, such type of viruses, they have this property where they replicate themselves. So what is replication? They create exact copies of themselves. They create exact copies of themselves. For example, this is one such virus. It will copy, you see this composition here, we have CGU, so it will copy itself. During this process of replicating or creating exact copies of this virus, there are chances that at one point there are some variations seen. So while making n number of copies of itself, there can be certain variations. Whenever we witness any such variation in the new copies of a virus, we call it as what? Another variant. So while it mutates, while it replicates itself, while it creates exact copies of itself, there are chances that a virus may undergo certain changes and these become the variants. So the problem here is, whenever a vaccine for any virus is developed, it is developed taking in mind the situation, taking the mind the structure of a virus. But during these mutations, there are certain structural changes in the virus. So because of these structural changes, there can be the probability that the upcoming variants, because their structure is slightly different, they may not be contained with the help of present vaccine. So such mutations make it difficult for the vaccines to contain the viruses, and ultimately that becomes really scary. So most of the times when these variations take place, they give rise to different variants. Now, one such variant is Omicron BF7. It is considered to be highly transmissible and requires far less viral load to infect someone. What happens is, if somebody is infected from a particular virus, his body, in order to infect somebody else, at times require a high load of infection, that a person himself should have high load of infection, only then that he can infect somebody else, or the high load of virus need to travel from one person to another. But here the problem is it can travel with a very less viral load also, and ultimately if it is spreading with the less virus load, it means that it can easily transfer from one person to person. This variant can evade the immunity from the prior infections and might even be able to infect fully vaccinated people. Now that is again scary. Many of us consider ourselves safe because we already have 2 doses of vaccination. Even many of us had the precaution dose also. But this new variant, there is a probability that this new variant may evade that immunity also. Even though if we have that immunity built inside our body, it can evade that also and can affect fully vaccinated people. So these are the concerns that are coming up. It may be able to dodge the antibodies from the earlier infection or vaccinations, and it does better than previous subvariants. So we saw another subvariants in past also, but this particular variant has been spreading faster than those previous subvariants and is actually affecting people. So many of us thought that since we had been infected by COVID in past times, or we had the vaccination, so we already have those antibodies developed. What are the antibodies? So antibodies are the things that are created inside our body whenever we come across some infection. So what happened, whenever a person is infected, the body automatically creates that resistance. It automatically creates something known as antibodies which fight that particular virus. So either if we are infected in past, we have those antibodies, or in other cases what happened was, while we were taking the vaccination had a mild tinge of COVID virus, which when entered into our body automatically responded to it by creating antibodies. But these antibodies that we already have in our body, maybe because of the previous infection or because of vaccination, may not be able to tackle this upcoming virus or this another variant of COVID. So we need to understand that COVID is still around us. New variants are being reported from various parts of the world. Many of them are really contagious. They can easily travel. So what are the symptoms? If we come across these symptoms, the symptoms are sore throat, congestion, fatigue, cough, runny nose. These are the symptoms which majority of people reported of this particular subvariant. So since this subvariant is actually there in India also, now there is a possibility that it can travel from person to person, especially when it is the time of the year when majority of people are moving out in markets. You can see huge rush in markets because of the festivities coming up. So we need to remain cautious. We need to understand that COVID is still here. We are not fully prone to this COVID now. We need to follow the precautions. We need to have our regular precautions like wearing a mask and keeping our hands and ourselves sanitized. I hope we are clear with this topic of discussion. This particular subvariant of Omicron was in news, and there are the chances that this may give rise to another wave of COVID. So we are discussing about it. I hope you understood this concept. What are the variants, how they mutate, all these things I was trying to explain to you. For more such informative videos, you need to subscribe to our channel IAS Icons. You can follow us on Telegram also by the similar name. You can enroll with us in our various plus and iconic subscriptions by Unacademy, where we help you to qualify this UPSC examination. So if you want to qualify this examination, you need to enroll with us. You need to use this code IAS Icons, because this code will fetch you maximum discounts on all our courses. Thank you very much. All the best. Keep working hard. Bye bye. Take care. Jai Hind.